Awesome. So, welcome to the Salon the Films book read. Today, we are going to be reading the chapter Creating a Relationship That Works for You. Ah, everything the word relationship means to you. Would you like to just try and get all of that, please? Right and wrong, and bad part, buckle and shorts, provides boys and beyonds. Wherever we have defined relationship to be the ruling force in our world, to be the dominant entity in our world, then choosing to be the dominant entity yourself. Everything that brings up and lets down, right and wrong, and bad, pot, pokal, and shorts, povats, boys, and beyonds. Everywhere we are using relationship to create the separationship. Everything that brings up right and wrong, and bad, pot, pokal, and shorts, povats, boys, and beyonds. And if there is no relationship in your world, and if every relationship that you have created is a story that you believed in, then who would you be without the story? Everything that doesn't allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive the space of you. Would you like to destroy and create all of that, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pokal, and shorts, povats, boys, and beyonds. You have to move beyond this reality's view of what a relationship is in order to create something that actually works for you. Gary, hello, ladies. Probability structures versus possibility systems. Salon participant. When I know a man is lying to me, I want to call him on it. I get the energy he's lying and I look for him to own up to it. I know this is control. Gary, no. This is bitchy dom. Now you have the right to be a bitch if you want to be. And if you wish to drive a man away, that's the way to do it. If you know he's lying, you can catch him in a big lie that steps over the line and you can destroy him, stomp him into dust, and kill him if you wish. But if you want to keep the man, don't acknowledge the lying except to yourself. Never acknowledge to his face that you know he's lying to you. Look at him sweetly, smile at him, and say, "Oh, honey." When you do that, he will feel guiltier than you can possibly imagine, and you'll get a present within 3 days. Do this when you're looking for a present, because men are not the brightest creatures on the planet. All you have to do is say, "Look, isn't that beautiful? I would so like to have that. I wish I could afford it. Oh well." And then walk away. When you are trying to figure out what to do with men, you are trying to figure out what the probability structures are. If you have the idea that there is a probability he is lying, then you are living in judgment, not in possibility. So, and when you catch a man in his lie, you've already, first of all, judged him for lying. Second, you've already made him wrong and proved that you are right. And whenever there is a relationship happening based on the judgment of right and wrong, then this cannot be a creationship. This is the teacher-student or a parent-kid relationship that we start to form with our own husbands. How many times I've actually, and not just husbands, even partners. There's this constant thing going on where we want to find out their mistakes and let them know that मैंने तो बोला था ना ऐसे करना है, देखा तुमने मेरी बात नहीं मानी, and this happened. Or we are constantly trying to protect them. Hey, please don't do it. No, no, no. What are you doing? Haven't you eaten yet? If you won't eat, then, This will affect your health. Having to drink enough water. And we do all this from the space of nurturing, from the space of protecting, from the space of taking care of others. But I really invite you to see what is the relationship that you have with you, and what is the relationship you have with your partner, your husband, your friend, whoever you want to imagine, or not. You can keep the first question itself only as well. So, are you being a mother to you? Are you being a mother to your partner? A mother-child relationship would look like as if we're constantly trying to tell them what's better for them, constantly trying to um, take care of them, taking care of their needs, taking care of their food. It's more of mothering them. That they're well fed, they're well dressed, they are well taken care of. And I know that it's also a projection that we bought into. And if we didn't make this projection real and true, then and actually look from the space at what will work for me here right now, then what will you choose? Everything that doesn't allow you to know, perceive, and receive this right and wrong, and bad, pot, vocal, and short, spice, prevents, and nuance. Welcome, my darling Ravi. Yay!
मैं अभी है ना कमेंट करने वाली थी कि आज ग्रुप में कोई मेल नहीं आया, तो सबको यही लग रहा होगा कि आज भी सब फीमेल ही कॉल पे मिलने वाली है।
Hello,
शौक हो गया।
good evening.
Yay! Thank you for being here.
Welcome.
So we were talking how we as partners starts to mothering our husbands, our boyfriends, and we make sure that they're well fed, they're well, they have taken enough water, they're well dressed, and all of that. Or we become a teacher to them, that we are always telling them where they're doing what wrong and how they can do it better. Or what else? What else is coming up? Master-slave relationship, where you have already decided and concluded and imagined that there can be either one master or one slave in this relationship. So either you're fighting to be a master or you're crying about being a slave. Everything that brings up right, wrong, good, bad, pot, calling shots, words, poison, guns. And even if it looks like the circumstances tells you that, this is what the reality is, if you have created this reality yourself, then what you have created it for, everything that doesn't allow you to be perceive and receive this. Right and wrong, and right, pot, calling shots, words, poison, guns. Now, if now, right now, for just 10 seconds, you allow yourself to drop that relationship that you have built so far, destroy and create every relationship that you have with you, destroying and create every relationship that you have with your partner, destroying and creating every relationship that you have with you, destroy and create every relationship that you have with your partner, destroy and create every relationship with everybody else that you have concluded. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pokal, and shorts, poets, poets, and beyonds. And now, who would you like to be? Seductress? Princess? Queen? Goddess? Bitch? Mean? Kind? And it would be really nice if you guys can also show your bodies and your faces on the screen, because it helps me get and connect with your energy better. Bitch. Yes, bitch. Anything that is, allow that choice to show up in your universe. It totally is. Allow. And allow. Thank you for showing up, my darling Umesh. मेरे सारे लड़के वेट कर रहे थे कब ये लड़की कॉल करेगी. And I am so excited.
हाँ, it's a bit.
I have finally committed to creating a course for men. And the course name or theme is something around sexual mastery for men. You know, the deepest intimacy that you can explore and be received in without feeling threatened, and really pulling also that goddess energies in your world, and acknowledging the divine God that you truly be. So I have created that last night.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
It just showed up in my universe. I was like, okay, I exactly know what I want to talk about. I was asking it repeatedly, and every time I launch something, Umesh will literally scold me that why I'm not invited. So I think it's been such a long time that he has been asking and putting that demand in my universe. So it has showed up in my world last night. So thank you. So now it's your job to let me know when you would like to choose it. And Neeraj is also here. Yes. Welcome, Neeraj. Okay. Welcome, Neeraj.
Hi,
Show me your handsome face. So I was just telling that I have last night created a course for men for the first time. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah,
This
sure.
course is like the intimacy with men, where you become the sexual master. You explore the intimate spaces in your world. So you get really easy with the goddess energies in your own spaces, and also receiving your sexual and sensual energies, and being, and not contract, but expand, and really we'll be having practices and tools to immerse into that. So last night that finally showed up in my world, and I'm excited. So I want you to ping me and tell me that you want to have this, and then I'll launch it. I would ask at least 4 people telling me that I want to have it. I am asking for goddesses in my world. So yes.
डेट
Awesome.
बता दो तब रेडी.
तुम एक ग्रुप क्रिएट कर दो, whoever is interested. I'll put a date. I am available after November 15. I'll put a date to it.
Awesome. Done. It's
Cool. Where were we? We were creating a relationship. Yes. We were telling कि यार फालतू में अपने आदमी को गलत बोल के कुछ नहीं होने वाला. अगर छोड़ना है तो बोल दो. Look, when हाँ. Probabilities are, when you're trying to figure out what to do with men, you are trying to figure out what the probability structures are. If you have the idea that there is a probability is lying, then you are living in judgment, not in possibility. Probabilities are what we do to avoid, eliminate, or stop risk. The probabilities are that you are going to lose. That is the idea that there is always a risk. There is always a danger. And there is always something that is going to turn out badly. So we spend our lives trying to avoid risks of different sorts. And in the process, we eliminate possibility and choice. A lot of questions that have been asked during these calls are about the probability of losing or the probability of having a problem. I have come up with this process for you. What stupidity are you using to create the probability structures of losing in relationship rather than creating the possibility systems that would allow it to work for you? Are you choosing? Everything that is times a Godzillion will destroy and create it all, right and wrong, good and bad, pot, line, shorts, boys, pivots, and beyonds. What stupidity are you using to create the probability structures of losing in relationship rather than creating the possibility systems that would allow it to work for you? Are you choosing? Everything that is times a Godzillion will destroy and create it all, right, wrong, good, bad, pot, line, shorts, boys, pivots, and beyonds. The energy that is showing up in my world with this clearing is in this space is that when you are not feeling a very obvious example is like a lot of women don't feel that orgasm or coming when you are in a sexual intimacy, and there is a lot of resentment that gets built in for you not making me come. And the media also attributes to it, right? It somewhere becomes others' responsibility to know the best way to do it for you and the best way to make you feel orgasmic. And then if you get, and you can use this probability structures of out of 100 men, how many will be able to satisfy me. You can go on and on and on and on and on, and you will always get into the bed with thinking, yaar, what's the probability of really getting something out of it today? Will I be, is there a chance of me getting coming? There's no chance, then why even start it? And this resentment you use to destroy that relationship because it's not working for you, and that's true. What's the other way of going about it when you look at from the space of possibility is, rather than making the other person wrong for it, what question can you ask to change the energy of your bedroom, to change the energy of your relationship, to change the energy in your kitchen, to change the energy in your living room, to change the energy when you show up together? And what seduction can you be? Maybe just letting the other person know, what, I have seen this. Can we try it? I think we can try this, no? Let's see what happens. I'm curious to see क्या होगा. ऐसे करके देखते हैं. I watched something. Can we watch it together? It was really fun. And this is how you're also giving the other person a chance to learn, to know more about you, to explore it together. When I started my relationship with my husband 10 years back, it was the first time when we were exploring intimacy. At least I might have explored a bit of it before him also. For him, it was the first time. But the intercourse and everything, we explored it together. We didn't know. I didn't expect him to be a pro at it. I only expected him to be gentle. I only expected him to be taking my time. I only expected him to not expect me to do anything. And it's not an expectation. It's such a non-negotiable thing in our world. I want to be respected. I want to be taken care of. I want to be gentle. I want to be slow. I want to be treated like a queen in that space. And I didn't expected him to be pro at it. And eventually in these 10 years, we learned our way through it. We kept exploring. And I guess I explored more than him, but whenever I learned something, I came back to house and I was like, okay, let's try this. And he was open to try it out. He never went out and explored with me. So that's the possibility of, that's the possibilities, infinite possibilities here in the reality that you can choose from, rather than making one particular system or a process or a probability, right or wrong. And yet, this can be your tool to break a relationship. If you're going to get out of it, that's the best way to do it. This, you can't make me come, I'm leaving. So there's nothing right or wrong about it. So everything that brings up in your world, right, wrong, good, bad, what, calling shots, boys, prevention. The awareness of exploring is not there. Plus, it is a task or exercise sometimes, not fun. Thank you for sharing. Okay, we start with Fatima. Men don't even know when girls are on and off. Yes, that's so true. And I think that's why the program also showed up in my world, that men even don't know what women like. And the reason being, women also don't know what they like. What's the turn on for them and what's the turn off for them? Number one. Second thing is, even if they know, or maybe they are in the space of exploration, there's a conclusive reality in men's world. And their bodies are designed in a way that it's very target oriented thing. No, the only thing that you are interested in, that how do you get through it? How do you reach there? How do you get to the climax? And because there is such a hurry in getting there, it requires real presence to be here with me and not moving out of the body, out of the space, and just be here with me where I am right now. It definitely requires a lot of presence for them to see that, how every particular touch or every particular in this moment, how I am feeling, how the partner is feeling, how they are feeling. There's such a disconnection with the bodies that it takes a step to get into the body of your own and the partner, to connect with them in a way that the connection itself is so orgasmic that you don't have to go anywhere out in the world. There is no climax that you have to reach. Just being here with me is so orgasmic. So the point of views in the story make it more miserable, totally. The awareness of exploring is not there. Plus, it's a task exercise, sometimes not fun. Thank you for sharing, Fatma. And that's so true. And a lot of people feel that they are asexual or they don't like sex because they haven't experienced the good one, because it has always become a task where you are at the service of it, that you have to deliver. So the awareness of exploring is not there. Cool. And it's very interesting, and we'll get into a lot more details in the program that we are starting tomorrow, Orgasmic Awakening While Women Rising. But it's very important to see that the sexual activity does not start in bedroom. It starts out from the bed. It starts like, in your living room itself, in your kitchen itself. It starts with who you are being. So rather than expecting or projecting that this is how the bedroom or this is how the relationship should look like in the intimate spaces, what if you create a space in this entire house to be that flirtatious energy in your world? To creating this, create this space for exploration, for you, not even inviting him or involving him. But do you create space to explore your own body? And what if you fucking create such a beautiful space for your own body, and you enjoy the exploration so much that you're playing such a beautiful game that everybody want to join in. Yeah, what are you doing? I also want to join in. Can you make this place? What if we can make this place so inviting for our own bodies that every other body wants to just get pulled into it? Fateh, you want to say something? I think you're unmuted. The journey of lovemaking is learning with time. Totally. Totally. Because there is no definition to it, that this is how you have to do it. It's play.
There is some network issue. Actually, I'm traveling. That is like not talking.
No worries.
Again
No
and
worries.
again, I'm getting kicked out.
Yeah, maybe because your networks are off. Yeah, it's total play. This is the journey of love is total play. And there is no way I can tell you or anybody can tell you that this is how you make love. That's the beauty of it. You can fucking create your own way of it. When BDSM came, when kinky sex came, nobody defined it for anybody. This is one way of having sex. People just created it for themselves because that's what they liked. So what if you create your own love making, and when two bodies and two beings come together, there are two different energies, two different infinite lifetimes experience coming together, knowing coming together can create something that has not even existed before. And it would be so sacred and so special and so intimate just for you. Everything that doesn't allow you to know, be perceive and receive this information totally is right, wrong, good, bad, bad, pocal and shorts, povats, boys and prawns. नीरज आज बहुत खुश है, कह रहा है ये अच्छी बात हो रही है आज.
I would like to share something, Shonali.
Yes, Krishna. Krishna,
Yes.
Krishna.
पहले ऐसा होता था कि हस्बैंड ऐसे दिखता था ना कि लाइक उसको, मुझे ऐसा लग रहा था कि हर बार वो बस सेक्सुअली दिखता है, कहीं पे भी दिखता है, बाहर लिविंग रूम में बैठा हो, किचन में हो, कहीं पे भी हो, बस उनकी आंखों में वही दिखाई पड़ता है. सो कभी कभी मुझे वो इरिटेट करता था कि क्या ऐसे प्यार से नहीं देख सकते हो, बस ऐसे ही नजर से देखते हो हर बार ऐसे करके. फिर थोड़े टाइम में उसने चेंज कर दिया था अपना नजरिया कि चलो कोई बात नहीं, तुझे ऐसा पसंद नहीं है तो मैं अलग तरीके से तुझे देखने की ट्राई करता हूँ. अभी आपके साथ जो भी कॉल्स, ये बुक रीड हो या कुछ भी, उसके बाद कैसी एनर्जी शिफ्ट हुई है पता है. मैं उसको ताड़ रही हूँ. वो बोल रहा है मुझे खा नहीं जाओगे ना. वो सेम जैसे वो मैं जो इरिटेट होती थी, वो चीज जो भी उनसे मिलती थी मुझे, अभी सेम उसको मैं कहीं पे भी ऐसे ही निहारती हूँ कि अभी बस वो बोले कच्चा खा जाएगी तो मुझे. So like yes, ऐसा शिफ्ट एंड चेंज.
रिसीविंग फ्रॉम मेन में ये पूरा रिसीव ही करके खा के चबा के. Thank you, thank you, thank you for
thank you so
being that
much.
wilderness in the world. You're such an invitation.
That's so cute.
More of sex in the world. And it's such a presence. This entire work is for me to be present and truly enjoying this life, truly having the pleasure of life.
एंड यस, इतनी सेफ प्लेस लग रही है ना मुझे यहाँ पर, कुछ भी शेयर करना है ना, इतना लाइट लग रहा है. ऐसे ही बस हंस के मैंने कुछ भी बता देती हूँ, ऐसे कुछ पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू नहीं है. थैंक यू सो मच इतनी अच्छी स्पेस क्रिएट करने के लिए.
Thank you. So much of love on the screen, Fatima. I'm sitting next to my mom and I'm in train. If I started talking about sex, people will go crazy. Just a crazy thought. People are crazy anyways in the way they are operating their lives. Crazy is just a point of view, no? उनके लिए हम पागल हैं, हमारे लिए वो पागल है.
Like I cannot share only.
हाँ, बात निकली है तो दूर तक जाइए.
Can I add something?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you.
So, I just want to share my point of view is that people think in terms of sex, but the sex is like my point of view is like the westernized thing. What I think is like having a partnership with a person, and it's not just for a moment. Even though it can be just for a moment, but having such a deep connection with a person that whether he stays or not, but he remembers that moment for lifetime. So that's what I want to do.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. And what I hear from you is that it's about the presence and the connection that you feel in this moment with the person. And sexual energy is also not, when you be that flirtatious energy, when you be that sensual energy, you cannot, even if you try hard to, you cannot restrict it for one person because you're already being it. The entire world will see it in you. You can have that exchange and offering to one person, that, okay, this is the kind of exchange that we have in the world. But you will be that energy and everybody will be able to see the essence of it. And the sex is not the Western concept. Like in my point of view, the Kama Sutra, everything, the entire Khajuraho, everything, it's integrated in our version and in our culture. It's just that we have made it so wrong and bad and we disconnected from it because there was so much abuse involved, there was so much trauma involved. And it became something to be hidden. It became something to be not talked about. It became a taboo. And we became machines, who doesn't feel anything, who doesn't know, is not connected with their bodies, is not connected with their senses. Because we thought that we won't be able to handle it. Because this energy is so potent and so powerful. And people thought, ye bahut zyada, you won't be able to handle it. So better shut it down. So it became that. But what if you can? What if we create spaces where people can, and people can definitely, expand into it, integrate with it, become it. And what presence and communion would that bring on planet? Within you and with the earth itself. Dur to nahi hai, deep. Thank you. चले आगे बढ़े. The probability of it, okay. It also works for money. We try to hold on to what we have got for fear we are going to lose. We are not going to have anything else. And we are not going to have any other choices. All of those have nothing to do with true choice, true possibility, or true question. We need to be in a place where it is true possibility and choice. And we are asking, what else is possible? Instead of, what are the chances I'm going to lose here? The probability of losing. About a year into my current relationship, I went into an insecure energy about life betrayal issues from a male. Since then, I have had a constant energy of doubt. What is this? Okay. This is the probability of losing. We go into the idea that the probability of a relationship, probability is a relationship will work, or the probability is the relationship won't work. That is the weighing and measuring of things that people do. You have to move beyond this reality's view of what a relationship is in order to create something that actually works for you. You have to move beyond this reality's view of what a relationship is in order to create something that actually works for you. Right now, people are creating more relationships that do not work than relationships that do work. Why is that? Because they are looking for the probability that there is going to be a problem, the probability that there is going to be a loss, the probability that it is going to turn out badly, the probability that there is going to be a lie or a betrayal. We create structures for probability because we buy the idea that you can weigh and measure everything. And that if you weigh and measure accurately enough, you will not lose. That is the reason most people, once they get into a relationship, get married. So they can live happily ever after. As though the purpose of relationship is to live happily ever after. What is the real purpose of relationship? To increase your level of comfort and possibility. That's what it should be. But most people see it as an increasing their survivability. Stop looking at relationship from the point of view of survival and move into thrival. Ask, what else is possible now that we have this relationship? What could we create that we have not yet created? What else is possible now that we have this relationship? What could we actually create that we have not yet created? What else is possible
So,
now that we have
wow.
this relationship? What could we
That is actually, wow, how deep there.
Totally.
Mm.
Welcome, Shalini, darling.
Hi. Hi.
Oh, hello. So excited for the Wild Women tomorrow. Huh? I can see the energy bubbling. Reenu was also messaging me. I'm so excited. Kind of. What could we actually create that we have not yet created? When you do that, you create a whole different possibility and a whole different universe. What stupidity are you using to create the probability structures of relationships so that you don't lose, rather than the possibility systems that would allow you to choose? Are you choosing? Are you? Everything that is Samsa Godzillion will is trying and great at all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pock, online shots, poads, boys, and beyonds. Salon participant. Can you say more about what you mean by losing? Gary, losing is when you are looking for what is wrong with people or what they're doing wrong. Or you are looking for how they are going to lie to you. Everybody lies. People lie to themselves more than they lie to anybody else. They tend to lie less to other people than to themselves. Is somebody going to lie? Sure, because people have ideas about themselves that are not necessarily true. I had a friend who thought he was always clean and tidy. I was reading it, I was like, I never even thought whether my husband can lie. Like, did he ever lie? I didn't think कि झूठ तो नहीं बोल रहा है. ये thought, ये question क्या है मेरे world में कभी कि झूठ तो नहीं बोल रहा है. ये आया है कि मतलब did he get it completely? Like, maybe it's the half information only. But ये नहीं आया कभी कि ये झूठ तो नहीं बोल रहा है. Because like in 10 years, I have never been in a situation where I had to doubt it also. And what's right about this? And wherever we are always in the, actually, I don't have this question with anybody. मतलब किसी के लिए भी नहीं होता मेरा ये कि झूठ तो नहीं बोल रहा. तो जो बोल रहा है वो बोल रहा है, मतलब हमको घंटा फर्क नहीं पड़ता. खैर ये भी है. I had a friend who thought he was clean and tidy. Actually, he was a slob. But by his standards of clean and tidy, he was clean and tidy. He saw himself as clean and tidy because he would make everything neat and organized. But his house was filthy. Neat and organized was clean to him. Different reality. I once got fired by my mates because I didn't pick up all the toys after my kids. They said, your house is too dirty for us to clean. So we quit. Huh? I asked, what do you mean it's dirty? I just vacuumed the day before you came. They said, but it is dirty. What is dirty about it? All the toys on the floor. That was messy. It was not dirty. People have their own standards of what they call messy or dirty, or what they call good or bad, or what they think is appropriate in a relationship or not appropriate in a relationship. And they're capable of seeing anything different. So when you go to live with somebody, it's imperative that you function from the place of what can I create and generate today? Not what do I want to change about this person I'm with? Only by what you create and generate can you alter how you live with someone. You cannot make anyone change. And I was watching a reel where, the husband was cooking and wife said, "Kya thoda tikha kam rakhna, make it less spicy." Huh? I was like, okay, I'll make it less spicy. He was making pasta, I believe. So when he brought the pasta and they started eating, the wife was like, "It's so spicy. I told you to keep it less spicy, no?" He said, "I have kept it less spicy only. I've added 2 green chili." She's like, "2 green chili is so much." I was like, it's not so much. Had I made it spicy, I would have had 5 or 6 of it. So what's spicy for you, what is fun for you, it can be totally different. And, we assume the other person to have the same definition as yours. And what if everything is opposite what it appears to be and nothing is opposite what it appears to be? What about the air in the house? Around July, I was finding new spaces, gray and dark and air not clean. Totally. Can be. Definitely. I can fix him up. And we think he's सामने वाला झूठ बोल रहा है, but that's what their definition was. Like, that's what spicy for them. Yes, Ravi.
Sonali, what I have observed for the lie जो हम बोलते हैं ना कि झूठ बोल रहा है, so when you are lying you don't do the eye contact, so eye contact missing. Because रंगे हाथ पकड़ना है, that is the
ये बता रहे हैं, हम बोल रहे हैं झूठ पकड़ो मत, ये झूठ पकड़ने के तरीके बता रहे हैं हमें. वेरी गुड. इट वाज वेरी कंट्रीब्यूटिव. अभी सारी लड़कियां अपने पतियों को देखेंगी कि
आपको पकड़ना नहीं है, लेकिन आपको पता चल जाएगा. You don't have to question yourself. क्योंकि मैं मेल हूँ तो मैं बोल सकता हूँ ना. अगर मैं फीमेल हूँ तो
you are an asset. How to
या
catch
तो
a
हमारे
guy.
रवि
फेस पे हम हाथ,
लड़कियों से नहीं मिला है.
हमारे फेस पे हम हाथ घुमाना शुरू कर देंगे, हमारा हाथ कहीं ना कहीं घूमना शुरू हो जाएगा.
When they look in the left side. My God, you guys are everything that means to you, everything that is right. Everything is opposite what it appears to be. Nothing is opposite what it appears to be. And yet, what are you aware of? And how can you use this awareness to your advantage? It's actually a thing. When you see somebody that they are lying, they're not making eye contact, वो left में देख रहे हैं, वो इधर उधर देख रहे हैं, ऐसे कुछ कर रहे हैं, then you know it's the right time to ask for a gift. Because they are in guilt of lying to you.
Sonali, it is not with everyone, People are
I cannot hear you.
lie. I'm so sorry. Actually, I'm traveling.
Yeah. Tell me.
Like, तुम मुझसे अब तक मिले नहीं हो. मैं झूठ बहुत अच्छा बोल लेती हूँ. तुम मुझसे मिलो.
हमारे पास एक्सेस का टूल है.
तुम्हारे पास कितने भी टूल हो, doesn't matter.
कितना भी बड़ा लायर होगा ना, वो पकड़ जाएगा. आप मैन्युपुलेट अच्छा करते होंगे, झूठ नहीं बोलता होंगे.
हम वो गेम खेलेंगे, वो 2 truth and 1 lie वाला. आज तो फातिमा ट्रैवल कर रही है. नेक्स्ट बुक रीड में मुझे याद दिलाना. विल प्ले दिस गेम बिटवीन रवि एंड फातिमा. And you'll have to guess which one is the truth and which one is the lie. Cool. Done. Done,
Yes.
Fatima? You're in for the match?
Yes.
My bet is on Fatima.
नो प्रॉब्लम. मैं हारूंगा तो भी दे दूंगा.
Cool.
यार,
I can fix him up. I have known lots of women who have chosen men and said, oh, well, he has got some good stuff. I figure I can fix him up. What? Why would you want to buy a fixer-upper? You're going to move into an old house that needs all kind of work? People do this crazy thing where they think they're going to fix other people up and turn them into something good. This is a mistake that I think everybody of us have done at some point of our life. I have done it. Where you get into something and you're getting something out of it, sometimes good sex, sometimes, you just want to have a charming person in your life. Sometimes you like that drama in your life and you can't get enough of it. And then you see the other person lying, you see that they are not honoring you, they're cheating, they're doing things that doesn't work for you in this moment. And then you get on a mission of fixing them up, changing them. कि यार मैं इसको अच्छा बच्चा बनाऊंगी, बहुत बड़ा बच्चा है, मैं बनाऊंगी इसको अच्छा बच्चा. And you kind of spend so much energy on them, like 6 months, 1 year, maybe even more, that now you don't want to lose them because you think that they're getting better and somebody else will have the better of them. So I can't take that risk. And the only thing that I kind of had the regret in past was that I could have left much before. I left very late. Had I left a year before, it would have kuch jata nahi mera. Like, there was nothing to lose. I just made whatever I had was so significant in that time. Now, after all these years, I don't think I should have left early. I just embrace it as a very beautiful experience in my life. कि यार ये भी क्या था मैंने, यार कितना प्यारा आदमी था वो, हमने क्या क्या हरकतें की हैं. तो now it has now I've healed and in a space to really enjoy it as a memory. But I know in that time, I just knew exactly the moment I finally left, I knew what took me so much time to make that choice. Because the world suddenly felt so expansive. The world suddenly felt so lighter. I was like, wow, I could choose at any point of time. I'm just not choosing it because I made anybody else except me significant. And somewhere me also significant because I was receiving something out of that relationship which was significant for me. I'm not loving you for you, I'm loving you for me. So what need of you has become significant? Is it the need of emotional strength? Is it the need of financial strength? Is it the need of, what is it? And what worst can happen if you drop this commitment, drop this relationship, drop this person altogether? Would you still breathe? Does it feel lighter? And what energy, space, consciousness, choice can you and your body be? To choose the power that you truly be. And to choose to be the most dominant entity of your own life, everything that isn't allowed. That right and wrong, good and bad, part, purple insurance, provides poison beyonds. My ex-wife always used to say, when I met Gary, he dressed like a used car. I always wondered what that meant. Basically, she was saying that I did dress well. The truth is that when I met her, I didn't have any money. I was out of a relationship, working my ass off to make money. And I was doing everything I could to take care of my kid and meet my obligations. I wasn't spending any money on clothes. I hadn't bought clothes in 8 years. So I was behind the times as far as style went. From her point of view, if you were not in style, there was everything. ओए, पुरानी वाली क्लियरिंग का रिलीज ही चल रहा है. Let's allow ourselves to take rest and breathe into it. You're held, you're loved, held. You're here. I'm here. Breathe. Breathe. If you treat a man as a fixer-upper, if at some point he's going to rebel against that, because no man wants to be constantly told in front of others that he was less than when you got him. Too many women do that. Those are the women who don't actually like men. Would you like him to upgrade the way he dresses? Sure. Are you going to succeed? Probably not. Be willing to be with the person you are with, not try to turn him into what you think he ought to be. If you are not happy with the person you find, if he doesn't dress well enough for you, dump him and get another one instead of trying to fix that one up. Guys don't have the illusion they can fix a woman up. They already know they are dead meat in that regard. No matter how good their taste is, they are never going to get a woman who is going to choose to set up to their level. You have to get the difference in the way men and women function. What stability are you using to create the probability structures of relationship to avoid losing rather than the possibility systems that would allow you to be choosing? Everything that is time to good Dylan will lose to and create it all right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pocal and shorts, povads, boys, and beyonds. The possibility of success. Could you please talk about the elements of success? This is another place where you try to go into the probability structures. Basically, you have the idea of probability of success rather than the possibility of success. When you come from the possibility of success, you always remain in question. That's so amazing. If you remain constantly in a state of question with your relationship, you can change the way things work. You will never be able to come to conclusion about whether something is working or not working. You'll be asking, what can I do or be different today that would allow this to change right away? I totally be this relation energy in my relationship. I'm blessed to be having a partner also who is being that relationship. That question. Not really concluding whether it is working or not working, but asking a question, what can I be, do, see, create differently in this today that would change things right away? When you start to function from that place of question instead of conclusion, you will get to the point where you are on the creative edge of possibility and you are capable of creating something that has never existed here before. What do you have as a reference point of relationship is everything you have seen everybody else do. Is it working? No. But that is your only reference point. You have to be willing to create a relationship that does not fit this reality. Here is a process you need to put on a loop. What physical actualization of a relationship beyond this reality are you now capable of generating, creating, and instituting? Everything that is times of a Dylan will just try and create it all. Right and wrong, and bad part, pokal and shorts, provides boys and beyonds. Let this run for 10 days and see what shows up. What stupidity are you using to create the probability structures of relationship to avoid losing rather than the possibility systems that would allow you to be choosing? Everything that is times a gazillion will destroy and create it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod, calling shorts, boys, provides and beyonds. Next comes living in 10-second increments, receiving what you desire in a relationship, blah, blah. I think we'll be reading it on Wednesday because tomorrow, same time, we'll be having our Wild Women Rising program starting. If anybody here would like to know more about it, I have shared the PDF already in the group. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I have just one last seat left. And then it will be sold out. So I'm very excited. My body is jumping. My wolf is coming. It really is howling and hounding. And what else is possible? You will see. You must be seeing the glow. So thank you. Thank you for trusting me with it. Thank you for being so vulnerable. It was such a beautiful session to be listening and to be talking about things that we don't really talk about. So, and what else is possible? Gonna say something? Shall we end the session? Cool. Have a good night.
Thank you.